Hey bitches, it's me. I am back. Yeah.
Where have I been all my life?
Where have I been? I don't know. Somewhere not motivated. Not doing what I was supposed to be doing. You know, the usual. God. So, I've been gone a while. I've really struggled with motivating myself to move forward. I just couldn't do it. Like, every morning I got up and wanted to start again, and I just couldn't. And I just wasn't in the right headspace, and I wasn't in the right headspace to come back and film. I just couldn't muster any motivation, and I didn't even know how to motivate myself to get motivated. I just didn't know how to do it. But I'm back, and I'll explain what helped in a little while, so bear with me. But it's been a struggle, and I know all of us watching this will struggle at some point, so it's part of the journey, guys. You just gotta keep going. So, I'm back, and hopefully this is the start of something amazing. I think I've said that before. So, I was feeling a little bit lost, and I wasn't eating well. I'm just going to put it out there, I've eaten a lot of takeaway food, fast food, over the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, I think I've been trying to live in denial so that I can function. Because if I don't live in a certain amount of denial, like, I find it really hard to just function normally on a day-to-day basis, because I think I was scared if I kind of opened Pandora's box of what I truly feel about myself, I wouldn't be able to leave the house. And I've been there before. Like, I've truly felt too fat and ugly to leave the house, and I don't want to go back there. Like, I need to still be able to function, so I feel like I exist in a certain amount of denial of the way I feel about myself so that I can get on with my life. And that's not good for anybody. Denial isn't good for you. Apparently, that's what my therapist said anyway. So I have to kind of accept that I loathe myself sometimes. I think probably subconsciously it's always there, but it's something that I'm dealing with. And actually, I came out of that therapy session with it kind of like lifted it a little bit off me. So I came out of this therapy session and wanted to yell at the top of my lungs, I loathe myself. It was a bit freeing in a way. Funnily enough, that's weird, isn't it? So yeah, I loathe myself quite regularly, and I struggle with motivation if it doesn't come from a place of self-hatred. Like, it's easier to force yourself to do things when you really detest yourself because it's a punishment, but I need to do this from a place of love, and I need to do it because I care about myself. And I think I will always fail if I do it from a place of hatred, and the only way I'm going to be successful is if I do it from a place of love. So time to start caring about yourself, girl. You know, here goes. So how did I kind of get my head back in the game? Two things really. The first one was I was going to participate in a collaboration, the biggest Get Healthy collab on YouTube, and all these people are so amazing. I had an idea about a video and they took it on and they did it amazingly. Unfortunately, I was really sick and I wasn't able to participate, but all of their messages for themselves in their darkest hour really ended up helping me in one of my dark hours to reignite the motivation that I need to push forward with this and to do this in a way which is of love, of self-care, not of hatred. And it really just made me realise that I need to do this for myself. And the second group of people that have really helped me to realise that I could do this again, that helped to reignite my motivation. And really with this, it was a revelation. I realised something that I've never realised before in my life, and it's come from a place that I really didn't expect. And I feel like I need to say this. Although I'm not trans, I really feel like I relate to trans issues. I relate to the aspect of dysphoria, or I've always related to not feeling like my true self. And as I said, I'm not trans, I just struggle with my own identity, and I think that's something a lot of people can relate to.
And a huge part of that is self-loathing. I'm really hating myself, and it's so toxic.
I'm also not gay. I'm not, I wouldn't consider myself on the LGBTQ plus spectrum at all, but these people have really helped me to start to accept myself for who I am by accepting themselves for who they are. And I've never accepted myself for who I am. I've always hated myself for who I am. And if I'm going to do this from a place of love and care, I have to accept myself. I realised I don't need to be ashamed of myself as a human anymore. And it's about time I accept myself for who I am and not try to suppress everything that makes me me anymore. And I realise that I do have something to offer this world. I do have something to contribute, and everyone does, and that's beautiful. And I need to accept that, embrace it, and use this revelation to fuel my motivation to continue this journey, to do this journey with love. So on that note, I'm gonna leave you on that note. I'm back, bitches. Get used to this face, you're gonna see it a lot more. I shall be back with a non-denial flavoured physique update, weigh-in, life update, food, diary, what I eat in a day probably in the next couple of days, and probably a mental health update. So I will see you bitches soon. Thank you very much for watching, and good night.